When the DM like, yo, keep pushing leads to me and Bryce having dinner in LA, if it wasn't COVID, which it would have happened, that whole dinner would have been like, kid, listen to me. I would rip my arms, legs, and give you all my money to be your age. It's that real to me. Time is optimism. Like, I don't even think a kid should even begin to get serious other than tasting shit and trying shit until they're 30. Like, don't even think about it. Take 18 to 30 or 22 to 30, depending on parent college life, and taste, try, explore. Like, having your shit together, fuck that. You're like, that's rules of when people died at 38 years old. The rules of dying at 100, which is what's gonna happen to fucking Bryce, need to be about, be strategic and learn about yourself at fucking 18, 22 to 30. How do I think about it? It's the greatest fucking gift. Assuming that this is very young, given Bryce's audience who's listening, you fuckers are winning. You guys fucking have it. Fuck what I have, or you can't wait to have a yacht, or you wanna make money so you can hook up with a pretty girl or boy, or like, fuck all that. You have time.
So when you think through it, if you could go back and be Bryce at 21, you've got a massive audience, everyone's paying attention, the good and the bad that comes with that. What are the moves that you're at least thinking through and considering if you're sitting in his seat right now, knowing that you want to be an entrepreneur and an investor, not just a social media star?
If you want to be an entrepreneur and investor, I think you go work for somebody humbly for a year that is your dream person. And Bryce could shoot for the fucking moon. Go after Bezos, maybe right this minute. Somebody in his life is like, Jeff, you need to be way more contemporary. And the thought of Bryce being an intern for contemporariness so he can shadow Jeff, but Jeff can get the 411 on the streets from Bryce. I'll tell you, Bob Kraft, I mean, I fucking hate the Pats, everyone knows that, but Bob Kraft does that. That's why he fucks with Meek Mill, with Michael Rubin. That's why he wears fucking Air Force Ones. It's probably subconsciously, and I don't want to make this assumption, this is inappropriate, but he also dates young. Like, to me, if I'm Bryce and all those fuckers that I see, like the 55 that are like him, I would fucking, whether it's Bezos, whether it's Diddy, whether it's Jay-Z, whether it's somebody even more rigid, like, you know, obviously there's the famous ones, but maybe if he's super aware that it's fashion and his favorite CEO is a little bit more under the radar, it's not Virgil, it's actually the CEO of Reebok, because he just likes to work. I'm pretty sure everyone's saying, yes, you can shadow me and siphon through osmosis a fucking real MBA, not that horse shit that you'll pay for. And I'll siphon from you knowing who the fuck the people are that actually matter in the world right now for everybody under 25. To me, that's the great trade of society right now. Listen, I'm at the top of my craft. If Bezos emailed me and was like, yo, intern for me for a year, like, I'm like, I probably wouldn't, like, I don't want to bullshit here, but fuck, I would sit on that for a week and be like, you know, so whoever that is for that kid right now, don't do the famous one, like, oh, okay, it's Elon, or it's fucking like, take a step back and listen, Elon's both. So you got to take that, you know, at bat if you can get it, but maybe it's somebody a little more boring, but really fucking doing it. And then it goes to who the fuck are you? Like, if you know that you're famous now, but actually you want to actually rep everybody one day, well, then it's Michael Ovitz, maybe it's Ari, right, at WME, there's a trade there for those kids. There's a trade. Most people live in high school until they die. So what's holding back so many of you right this minute from starting up honey, and I actually mean honey, like you grew up with your grandma as a kid making honey in the backyard, you like honey, you see this whole DTC happening, but you're too fucking cool on TikTok and you think if you started a honey brand, people are gonna make fun of you. Literally, that's what fucks me up. Or anything, right? Pomp, heavy in crypto, but has this passion for surfing, and people might say to him that are smart, you're distracted. Pomp, you're distracted. You've got this moment, but he just likes it. He just wants to start a surfboard company. My advice is get the fuck out of high school. Other people's opinions on your life just don't fucking matter. They don't play out. It never plays out. You never on your deathbed are thrilled that you listen to everybody else. You resent it. And so my number one advice is like, if you want to do something, do it. If you're so fucking cool, they'll probably follow you. I got fucking laughed at with a sports card thing. Now the fucking coolest people in culture are fucking flexing sports cards on social media. Literally 36 months ago, the coolest people I knew, the smartest people I knew, the richest people I knew were on some shit behind my back of like, he's going crazy. Like, what the fuck's the matter with this dude? Why is he doing this? This is stupid. This is dorky. All of those people are texting me every day. Where do I get a Jordan PSA 10? Should I buy the Charizard? What should I do about Magic Bird? It just sold for 700,000. When you told me to buy it was 40,000. Like, is this over? Is it too late? Like, and I'm talking like top 10 athletes, top 10 hedge fund managers, top 10 TikTokers. Like, if you believe in it and you're fucking about it and it makes you happy, it will always work out. First, I wanted to give back to my parents, bro. When I tell you, being a Soviet Jew, the math around me ending up in America, and I'm such a fucking entrepreneur. Could you imagine me growing up in communism? That would have been like, who the fuck? I would have drank so much vodka at 11 years old. I would have been sad. So first it was like, I gotta operate this thing for my parents because I'm a fucking raw talent. Like at 22, I knew who I was, right? I'm going to the Hall of Fame. Like I believed it. I don't know what else to tell you. It's why I fuck with Kobe and LeBron. Like I get it, being a child and knowing. And I wanted to put that energy first for my parents because I love them the most. I felt like I needed to. I had to. It was the right fucking thing to do. My mom was the best fucking mother. My dad worked every fucking minute. Like, you know? So, and then I was like, getting paid 60, 70, 80,000 a year when you're building a 20, 30, 40 million, you're getting fucked, right? You don't own the business. And fuck, if I was doing it for you, Pomp, you'd be paying me $500,000 a year. So you're double fucked when you're the kid building a business for your family business. All the kids out there listening right now, I know you're getting fucked. I know that you're not getting paid enough. And I know you're the fucking reason the business is exploding and you don't own it. And your parents say they'll leave it to you, but you're gonna pay fucking inheritance tax and it feels fucked up. Trust me, it's okay. You got time in your 30s, 40s, 50s to get yours if you're so fucking good. So Pomp, I had to do that. And then I had like 150 saved, 250 saved because I lived like shit. Like I'm the reverse of the Sway House. Like all these kids, I'm envious. I'm happy for them. Truly I am, because I lived like shit. I worked 15 hours a day. I didn't have anything. Like I was giving up my 20s for my parents. So then I was like, fuck, you get this little resentment thing going. You don't really resent your parents. You're like, just like, man, you wanted to do this, but fuck. Like, you know, it sounds good at 22, but now I'm 31. I've done these incredible accomplishments and I have $8 fucking. It kind of, fucks with you. I see social. At that point, I was so right about YouTube, email, Google AdWords. I started having confidence that I was more than a retailer because that's how I thought of myself. I'm like, fuck, I know what people are gonna do. You gave me a very flattering tweet the other day about, 2014 Bitcoin and sports cards 3 years before. Like, I'm early at shit. Now, sometimes I don't bet enough. Sometimes, there's a million different things that have happened in my career, but until the day I die, I know I'm gonna be good at this. And I expect my wealth creation to get very aggressive in my 50s and 60s, where I'm less passive about my age and patience, where I'm gonna be probably a little more aggressive. However, I knew that I needed to catch up to my skill set, and I went high risk on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr because I was as confident as I am today about Michael Jordan's rookie card. So I realized, oh my God, I'm a thrill of the hunt guy, right? I'm in it for the journey, not the fucking trophy. It's why my biggest business accomplishments, right? Resi, which I co-founded, co-created, helped operate, really was in there. It's a monster win. Nobody associates me with that 9-figure exit. K-Swiss is reverse. People see the Gary Vee part, but I was in their operation. Empathy Wines. I just sold it recently. Huge exit for a direct-to-consumer brand in 18 months. Honestly, nobody's thinking about that. So a lot of people are like, Gary Vee's just full of shit. He's a talker, because I don't pump my own business accomplishments. Mainly because I don't give a fuck, Bryce, what anybody talks to. I judge people on how they judge me. So when I see Pomp put out that text, I'm like, oh, this fucker's listening. When him and his brother are saying those nice things about me and AJ, they're paying further attention than people in the ecosystem. How do I know that? A, that was very nice of them and not needed for them to say that. B, Pomp's fucking executing it in his space. So for me, I want the smartest people to think I'm good and nice. I want the people that actually know me in real life and can speak to something in detail to think I'm the best. I don't need the fucking crowd. The home team boos the basketball team when the other team goes on a 17-0 run. When a team starts a basketball game and they're at home, when we're back in the crowd, when I go back to the Garden and the first fucking game I go to, the Bucks go on a 12-0 run to start the game and the Knicks call timeout, that place is booing. And I think about that every day, Bryce, that people cheering or booing me that have no idea who I am, have no idea anything besides what I put out there. I put that out there. It's my fault. that I get excited when I'm in conversations, I interrupt people. They're right. The person that says I'm a dick face is right because they're experiencing that way. Like that's their perception. But I have to know what's underneath that. And we all do. And I think that's what helps people navigate having too much notoriety. I can't imagine, Bryce, the shit that's gone through your head in the last 24 months of your life. That's a lot of fucking attention and opinion. But if you're grounded in knowing that you're a good person and that you have good intent and that you're human and you'll make flaws, and when you do, they're gonna shit all over you, as long as they're not real fucking crazy shit that like, you know, like it's one thing to misstep like a human, it's another thing to do a crime or like suppress somebody, like bad shit. And I know I'm that person. I got lucky. I got the right DNA, got the right parenting. My shit is never gonna be fucking fraud or fucking like shit that should put me in jail, or it's gonna be like, maybe I'm too loose with a statement and people lost the context. I'm like, oh fuck, sorry, like what I really meant, you know? So I'm cool. And so for me, it's just living that life. And that's what works for me. And because I'm good inside, I can then send you that DM without wanting anything in return. My life is based on legacy. How much love am I gonna get? And what's really crazy about it, Bryce, because I think about this shit all the time, which is like, this is so fucked up. The thing I'm living my entire life for is something I'll never see. It's so fucked up. Like I'm like, I always ask myself, like, I'm like, is this good? Is this like the most noble? Is this super fucked up? Am I a fucked up dude? Like it's crazy to me. The thing that drives me is like almost in a weird way, the thing I don't give a fuck about, right? Because if I don't give a fuck about opinions, like who gives a shit if they give you a statue or not? I just genuinely like being liked